Hello viewers, today's lecture will be on the aniconic form of Lord Shiva in ancient Indian texts and arts. The earliest references to the Linga worship are found in the Rig Veda, where the phallus is called Shishna Deva. There are numerous references of the Linga in the Puranas. The Skanda Purana says, sky is the shaft and the earth its pedestal. All gods dwell in the Linga, since the whole creations find its origin and rest there. It receives the name Linga, the aniconic form of Lord Shiva. According to Markandeya Purana, Rudra, Shiva and Vishnu are creators of the universe, and they form the Ardhanari Ishvara aspect of the former deity. Here, the allusion is to the Harsya form of Shiva, in which the female generative principle is identified with Vishnu. That the male and female principle are inseparable and are ever found together in cosmic evolution is the real import of the Ardhanari Ishvara forms of Shiva. The same idea is also conveyed in a brief way by the symbols, the Linga and the Yoni. According to Linga Puran, the Pradhana is called the Linga and Parameshvara is called the Lingin, that is, sustainer of the Linga, and that the pedestal of the Linga is Mahadevi, and Linga is the visible Maheshvara. The Vishnu Puran says, Brahma asked Rudra, born of his anger, to divide himself into two parts. Thereupon Rudra divided himself into two, a male and a female portion. Most of the agamic and iconography texts give detailed instructions for the construction of various types of lingas and their sanctums. Shiva Purana says, lingas are the symbolic representation of Shiva, and there are two types of Shiva lingas, Chara Linga and the Sthavara Linga. The Chara lingas are classified into Marinama, made of earth, Lohaza of metals, Ratnas of precious stones, and Kashanika lingas, those made for the occasion and disposed of at once after their use is over. According to the Supraveda Agama, the Sthavara lingas are classified into 9 divisions. Syambhu, one which existed from time immemorial and came into existence by itself. Purva Purana, the Daivata, the Ganapatya, the Asura, the Sura, the Rakshasa, the Manusha, the Vanalinga. The Mukta Agama mentions only 4 classes of Sthiralingas: the Daivika, the Arshaka, the Ganapa, the Manushalingas. The Kamika Agama states that the Sthavara Lingas are divided into 6 classes: the Swayambhu, the Daivika, the Arshaka, the Ganapatya, the Manushya, the Vanalingas. The Daivika Lingas are in the shape of flame or resemble a pair of hands held in the Anjali Mudra. They may have rough exterior with elevations and depressions. The Ganapatya Lingas are those that are believed to have been set by Ganas. They are of the shape of the fruits of cucumber, citron, wood apple, etc. The Arshalingas are those set up and worshipped by rishis and are symbolically shape. The Manushalingas are those set up by human hands in accordance with the rules laid in agamas. These man-made lingas are of 5 varieties, such as Astotra Linga, Sahasra Linga, Dhara Linga, Mukha Linga, and Savestha Linga. Astotra Linga has 108 miniature lingas carved on the puja bhaga of the Suridhya Linga. They are shown by cutting 4 equidistant horizontal deep lines on the surface of the puja bhaga at right angles to these and parallel to the axis of the linga are to be carved 27 deep lines. Thus 108 lingas are formed. The Sahasra Linga has 1001 lingas should be done on the surface of the puja bhaga of an Adhyalinga. Dharalingas, the puja bhaga has vertical fluted facets ranging from 5 to 64 in number. The Suprabheda Agama describes 5, 7, 9, 16, 20, 24 and 28 facets for Dharalingas. The Karna Agama mentions only 16 facets. The Mayamata lays down the rule that numbers of the facets in Brahma Bhaga, the Vishnu Bhaga and the Rudra Bhaga should be either 4, 8, 16, 8, 16 and 32 and 64 respectively. In Mukha Linga, the human faces should be carved on the puja bhaga of the Sarvasama Linga and their number might be 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 corresponding to the 5 aspects of Shiva. The Vishnu Dharmottara Purana mentions the upper portion of the linga should be round, middle portion octagonal, and that was the Brahma Pitha scale. The round position is to show entirely while the octagonal part is inserted into the Pindika and the square part is within the Brahma Pitha. The top of the linga should be round or curvated upwards. These parts are called Rudra Bhaga, Vishnu Bhaga and Brahma Bhaga respectively. There are 3 types of lingas in Indian mythology: plain lingas, Sahasra Linga and Mukha Linga. It is interesting to note the earliest representations of the plain lingas. It resembles male gentile organ with a cylindrical shaft, rounded at the top. A ribbon is tied a few inches below the top, and it looks that the shaft was placed in a square adga in some cases. Several lingas of the Kushana period are noticed into the reason. One linga of this period is shown being worshipped by a number of devotees with garlands in their hands. It is encircled by a railing beside which a tree and makra figures are also carved. There are so many Shiva lingas in the Mathura Museum of the Kushana period. A linga represents four-armed figure of Shiva standing in a Samabhanga pose with lower right hand held in Abhaya Mudra. The upper right one is touching the Brahma Sutra on the linga wears dhoti, earrings, jatamoli, etc. The notable linga of Kumar Gupta first has octagonal base and cylindrical upper part. It is in the only linga of the Gupta period which can be precisely dated. The lingas of the medieval period are cylindrical with a square argha. There is no ribbon around the upper part. Its shaft resembles to the lingas of the Kushan period. Such lingas are found at Jhansi, Bajnath, Saron, Dilram, etc. Sahasra Linga is carved with 1001 miniature lingas. This form has been explained along with other syncretistic images. It can be seen at Jankeshwar, Nadara and Jhansi. The miniature lingas are carved on the Puja Bhag and an Adha linga with a Brahma Sutra at the top. It is interesting to note the miniature lingas are shaped by cutting equidistant horizontal lines on the surface of the Puja Bhaga along with vertical lines at right angles to these. Mukha Lingas. The main feature of the linga is that it combines the figure of human phallus with sectorum along with the 5 faces of Shiva. A large number of such lingas have been found from various parts of the country from the Kushan period onwards. A Chaturmukha linga from Mathura, now in National Museum, is the oldest representation of the early Kushan art. It has a typical Brahma Sutra of the Kushana tradition and shows 4 faces on each side. Similar representation can be seen from Bharatpur, Rajasthan. Some of the 4-faced Shivalingas are available from various other places of the Gupta period. All these faces on the Shivalinga have lotus-type eyes, thicker lips, elongated ears adorned with beautiful jewelry of the Gupta style. The third type of Mukha Linga has two faces carved from back to back. One of them with long mustaches and furious appearance may be identified with Bhairava. It may be placed in the later Gupta period. Among the Mukha Lingas, the one face types comprise the largest numbers. The earliest Mukha Linga belongs to the Kushan period. Such lingas consist with one human face on the linga. It has curly jatas, oral face, thick lips, bulging eyes, which are the features of the Kushan period. A large number of such Mukha Lingas can be seen in the Mathura Museum and goes to the Gupta ages. These faces are delicately carved with smiling face, lotus eyes and elongated ears with repose expression. The image of Mukha Linga at Diogad belongs to late Gupta period. Jageshwar and Mahoba too are adorned with the images. In Khajuraho, Manu, Manusha or man-made lingas are noticed. Among them, Shiva Linga, Chaturmukha Lingas and Sahasra Lingas are important. A single Shiva Linga divided into 25 faces, each of these having miniature representations of 40 lingas, makes thus the number 1000, that is Sahasra Lingas. Lingodhava, the Linga manifestation, is a familiar image of Lord Shiva seen on the west wall of the central shrine of Shiva temples built in Chola times. Shiva is represented within a huge linga, the part below the ankles being hidden in the linga. Brahma, in the form of a swan, is seen soaring up on the left side of Shiva, while on the right side, Vishnu is delving below into the depths of the earth in the form of a boar. These gods are shown standing on either side of Shiva with folded hands. Lingas depicted over Nandi is also notable. A rock-cut image on the roadside to the Kalinchar fort is unique. Here, the linga is represented on a lotus-shaped pedestal carved on the back of Nandi. Ganesh is also carved nearby. Gopinatha Rao has given detailed account of the various types of Shiva Lingas and their classifications on the basis of various Shiva Agamas and other texts. The Shiva Agamas speak of two types of Shiva Lingas, namely the Chal Linga and the Achala Linga, that is movable and immovable, and are again divided into Maranmaya, those made of earth and other materials. The Achala Lingas are of 10 kinds, such as Bana and Manusha extra. These lingas are generally set up on the pedestals known as the Panavata, Pindikas or Pithas. These may be square, rectangular and octagonal, elongated, circular, in plane. In a linga, The square bottom part of the shaft is believed to represent Brahma, the octagonal middle Vishnu, and the circular upper portion Shiva. The vertical lines are known as Brahma Sutras. The two vertical lines are engraved on the surface of the linga known as Rudra Bhaga, as it is often mentioned in the Shiva Agamas. The phallic cult has been traced to very ancient times, but its origin, however, being still in mystery. The main image in the central shrine of a Shiva temple in a large majority, a linga and a very rarely with anthropomorphic image of Shiva. Shiva has been one of the most popular deities in India, both in the past and in the present times. His antiquity goes back to the Indus Valley. The practice of phallus worship also appears to have been prevalent in the prehistoric cultures of Balochistan. The phallus worship was in vogue in West Asia too. Aniconically, he is represented in the form of lingas, which show a variety of types. They may be plain or with one or more faces. They may be made of clay, wood, stone, iron, copper, silver, gold, or gems. The earliest linga known so far is five-faced. The Kushan lingas are either 1, 4, or 5 faces. The worship of this creative energy of God, represented by these symbols, has apparently years as long as man himself. The Mahabharata says the eastern face is for maintaining order, the south face is for the destruction of the world. According to Tantric Agamic tradition, the top figure represents Ishana, Tatpursha, Aghura, Satyajata, Vamadeva. The last class of the lingas may be classified as composite lingas, which are carved with the figures of such Brahmanical deities as Surya, Vishnu, Ganesh, Parvati, or Brahma, etc. Thank you very much.